Hey, welcome back into today's video. We're going to be exploring a YouTuber today by the name of Cristali. Now, if you're familiar with the art community or the furry fandom on YouTube, then you've probably already heard about this controversy where this guy was pretending to be a girl. He was doing lewd NSFW art with these things, tracing, stealing art. The list goes on, but I feel like it's important to bring awareness to these things so you can protect your children and know exactly what to look for, because predators do take to things that children seem to gravitate towards to take advantage of that. And these things are disgusting, but these things do need to be talked about. Cristali Zafiro has over 78,000 subscribers as of now, but their channel has been deleted multiple times. This time around, they've took a different approach. Before, they were posing as a girl, which we'll get more into that, and now they've kind of face revealed and are trying to be more honest and open about the fact that they are a guy, but only because they've been exposed so many different times. So you can notice that the YouTube channel is obviously very family friendly at first look. Cartoon characters, overall just very cartoonish tones. But if you take a little bit closer of a look, you're gonna see the overly sexualized themes. Let's take a look at this song here. Okay, that right there wants to sexual poses, very you don't get too much far into it when you realize how sexualized this is, and then you even see that they have a Patreon that says Sexy Arts, and if you click into that Patreon, you're going to see that they offer nudes, NSFW, and this is a family-friendly YouTube channel. So when I seen this, I wanted to look more into it to see exactly what this was, and the controversies that I discovered were just crazy. Like, this dude, before he face revealed and told everybody that he was actually a guy, was actually hiding that he was a guy.
Is that there are communities for all things arts and animation. You can see that people are active in this group by tapping here.
So going into the comments, you're gonna find people saying that they love her voice. And he actually replies with "aw, thanks." Doesn't say anything about it. There's nothing in the descriptions saying that this is a voice actor or anything like that. He's completely complicit with the fact that he wants people to think that he was a woman. One of the actual voice actors did comment and then said, "Hey everyone, I was the one who did the voice for Zafiro in this video. They didn't link my channel because I was working on another one for voice acting stuff exclusively, so I asked them not to yet, but a lot of people seem to want to know." And yeah, a lot of people wanted to know because it would be kind of creepy if this dude was just pretending to be a girl. I'm told that there was more than one voice actor, and when the voice actors come up and wanted to talk about their work and stuff like that, he would get very mad and threaten them. He actually reached out to one of the voice actors and said, "At this moment, I will fix some papers and I will leave my country to look for you." This really scared the voice actor and said, "Guys, there's never been a time when I've been this scared. I know that there's a possibility this could be fake and he's just trying to scare me, but I'm actually really scared for my life. Please spread this information around. I don't want Cristali to get away with this and track me down. I'm begging you all for mine and others' safeties." And yes, this is a speculation. It could be a fake allegation, but with all the evidence of how mean he is to other people and how he's threatened other people, it just doesn't appear to be that way. Let's take a look at some of the others. There will always be a little rat out there commenting and saying, "No, this is false, but maybe your dad touches them and they suffer in school," or is "more publicity for this channel, thanks for your support." So, okay. In this one, he offended somebody and they were asking him to apologize, and he says, "She's a rat," and he seems to really like to tell people that they are rats, and he really likes to say the R word. In another controversy, it was said that he was really overly obsessed with another artist on DeviantArt called Repzilla, to the point where he would take their original character and then trace it and convert it into lewd sexualized pornography. Repzilla says, "Your English is bad and really hard to understand. I don't care about the porn, but please explain why you did that." And then gives some weird internet rules and says that this is simple, rulesoftheinternet.com, and thanks for give me more people, come on speak, you can blackmail. That makes no sense, but it sounds to me like he's saying the fact that Cristali was a bigger content creator than him, the controversy was going to give him more eyes, but not all publicity is the best publicity. Let's look at the authenticity of the rules of the internet.com. He says rule 34 and 34.6, my girl, I hope you understand. Looks like rule 34 says there is porn of it, no exceptions. Rule 34 of the internet. What is rule 34? Zelda Pokemon rule. Oh, well, that seems legit 100%. Cristali says your English is bad and it's really hard to understand you. I really don't care about the porn, and I understand. I wouldn't want somebody posting lewd pornographic stuff on my pages either. But you know all about the Zelda Pokemon rule 34 of the internet. So he was threatening and hurting a lot of people. This one says they pushed him to the point of suicidal thoughts, and says, congratulations Cristali, my channel was banned for 2 weeks. I hope you're happy. I want you to know that you are the cause of my suicide. YouTube is the only thing that keeps my dead soul alive. Thanks for destroying it. I love you all. Goodbye. Now this is obviously very negative and very bad, and we don't know if this is actually a cause of somebody's suicide or not, but this is a video I'm going to put in the description below, because it seems like this person is dealing with suicidal thoughts and is putting Cristali at the fault of this. And after seeing all the negative things that he does say to people, you can see how it can be very harmful for young and impressionable youths, and why you definitely don't want your kids around somebody like this. So another controversy was that all of his videos is traced, not a single piece is hand-drawn. He literally just traces over the body, and there was controversy saying like, oh, it's impossible, he does speed paintings and stuff like that. He definitely doesn't trace. I've seen it with my own eyes. And then one of my friends, Nani, posted a video talking about how easy it is for these traces to happen and the possibilities of how much Cristali is probably doing this. Let's hear from her.
We've seen the speed paint. There's proof. Okay, do you see this drawing? This drawing is directly traced from this screenshot of my very favorite anime, Clannad. How do I know it's traced? Well, I traced it myself. What if I told you it didn't trace it? Would you believe me? Probably not, considering I just told you I traced it. But what if I showed you proof? Do you believe it now? Well, with some very minor editing and some settings in Paint Tool SI, I made a Cristali level of convincing speed paint, didn't I? It's traced with no question.
This is actually some stuff that he did trace, probably using the same method that Nani showed you. You can see this is Cristali's OC, original character, and then we're gonna go into Wolfie Chew. This is Wolfie Chew's, check that out. Literally the same, look at that. The thing that really bothers me more is that these people want to overly sexualize animals. You know, it really sucks that you can't even be comfortable letting your children watch YouTube on their phones, because there are predators out there that are looking for the easiest way to find children, to connect with children, and they'll get things like artsy, cute cartoons and then trace them and then just build these communities to make themselves look like they're something that they're not, for these foul agendas. And that brings me into the controversy where he was actually asking a 13-year-old for nudes. This is a speculation, this is an allegation, but with everything else that's been exposed already, it's really hard not to put this right in its place. He's asking for videos now, and then she's saying once she's alone, and she actually wants to make sure that Cristali knows that she's 13 years old. You don't care that I'm 13, right? Just making sure. And then he says no. So I'm actually going to put this in the description too, because I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but there's an overwhelming amount of evidence. And then somebody sent me some different screenshots of him asking other people for sexually explicit material on my Twitter. Let's check that out. I guess he actually got the material, and he says, you have a nice body and a nice... And then the girl says, not really, but thank you. And she's embarrassed and says she's beautiful, and then says, today you have 18, but since when are you no longer a virgin? Then she actually goes on to talk about when she was actually involved in a sexual assault, and then he says, yes, you are no longer a virgin. And then She says, I haven't had consensual sex, and then he just very lewd things. I don't. So just to reiterate on a couple things that are bothering me is that 90% of his fan base is children. He's exposing them to these lewd pornographic materials, and he's using his platform in a very vulgar way. Now, these things are allegations and speculations, and you don't know if any of this is true. But the fact that there is so much of this stuff going around, and a simple search can bring up all these exposings and these things and scams that he's done and just things, I think we can agree that at least he is not the best of YouTubers, and that being surrounded with all these things, and especially being exposed that he does trace 100%, that is somebody you don't want to follow. That is somebody whose moral high ground is just not there, and it bothers me. But the main thing I wanted to do was bring awareness to this so that you guys would know what you need to look out for, because I cannot knowingly, when my fan base comes to me and they tell me these things out here, I can't knowingly just not say a word. I at least want to protect you guys, the ones that are closest to me, and then you can choose to do with that information what you can. So with that being said, and as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for this, like this always, brothers and sisters. I will see you in the next video. Man, this stuff is crazy. Some of the other controversies I'm reading is that he asked anyone collabing with him for pics of themselves in IRL and nudes. He was caught 4 times doing it. He made an autistic girl cry on purpose, which makes sense because he really likes using the R word. He blocks fans for no reason. He traces just all kinds of really, really bad stuff. I am not about this dude. Do not like it. But I know that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg. And how do you become a member of the Rep Squad? All you gotta do is subscribe, notifications turn on, be in the comment section to every single video, because I'm gonna be there. Greg the Cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Rep Squad community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you.